I've been using the M1 iPad Pro for a long time, and this is my impression after months of usage. It comes with a 12.9-inch Liquid Retina XDR display, which is mini LED, just like the new MacBooks we've seen. It also supports ProMotion, HDR10, and Dolby Vision. It gets up to 1600 nits of brightness when consuming HDR content and 1000 nits of brightness with normal usage. It's an excellent display for media consumption paired with 4 stereo speakers, which we'll be testing now before we go further into this video.
Just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out.
You've heard it yourself, the speakers are really good. So now to the other part of the video. It is powered by the Apple M1 Silicon, which gives it a lot of hardware power but isn't fully utilized by the software. What I'm trying to say is that there are only few applications that can take advantage of the M1 processor in here, such as Lightroom, DaVinci Resolve, Octane X, Darkroom, and other few applications. It's good to see more applications are beginning to take advantage of the M1 and M2 processors in the iPad. I personally don't use Procreate because I'm not into drawing and painting. But when it comes to video editing, I use Resolve a lot on my Mac. And now Resolve is available on the iPad, so I don't need to take my Mac everywhere. I can just pick up my iPad, get the SSD containing the footage, and edit on the go. iPad OS has gotten better over time, and one feature I use a lot is Stage Manager, which I used to work on many tasks at a time. It's just another way of multitasking on the iPad. This is also available in Mac OS. Speaking of Mac, if you have a MacBook, you can use your iPad as a second display if you need extra room to open an application. This is a nice feature and it can come in handy when you need it. Something we've been longing to see on iPad OS is a progress bar, which has been on Mac and Windows for decades. So here you can see we have the progress bar on iPad OS, and it's nice to see this here because now I know how long it's going to take for my transfer to be completed from my SSD to my iPad or vice versa. Another thing to point out is the fact that you don't have an option to eject your external SSD if connected to your iPad. You just have to unplug it and hope you don't have anything running in the background so you don't corrupt any file. You shouldn't be buying the iPad for its camera, though it has a decent quality and has other features like center stage. To give you an idea on how center stage works, it uses a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera to automatically adjust your camera on a video call to keep you in frame, and when you have two persons they call, it tries to do that by keeping the both of them in frame. Another thing I would like to mention quickly is that if you have the cellular version of the iPad, you can use two SIMs, but you can't use them at once. You have to deactivate your physical SIM if you want to use an eSIM or vice versa. There are many accessories that you can use with the iPad. One which I recommend is a Magic Keyboard because it changes the way your iPad feels and provides a good typing experience when typing. It mustn't be the Magic Keyboard, you can get other alternatives out there because the Magic Keyboard is pretty expensive. Another accessory you can get for your iPad is a stand, which gives you a good view when working on your desk. With all this, you shouldn't forget the Apple Pencil in case you intend on taking notes and drawing. Now, if you have the M1 iPad Pro, should you upgrade to the M2? The answer is yes and no. Here's why. The M2 iPad Pro isn't a massive upgrade from the M1, though it may have a feature you've been longing for, which isn't available on the M1. That is, the Apple Pencil Hover feature. This alone isn't a good reason to upgrade, except you're into drawing and painting on the iPad, which you may be very interested in the Apple Pencil Hover feature, which is only available on the M2 iPad Pro. This would be a feature which most of the artists have been waiting for, and I also love it, but I'm not into drawing and painting, so definitely I'm not going to be upgrading to the M2 for this reason. They have the same keyboard, the same display, they both support 5G, they both have ProMotion, they both have 4 speakers and the same Thunderbolt 4 USB-C ports. The new features on the M2 iPad include the support for Wi-Fi 6E, the Apple Pencil Hover feature, the M2 processor, and the ability to shoot ProRes video, which you can't do on the native camera app. You need to download that app to shoot ProRes. If this video helps you in any way, a like and a sub will be appreciated as it motivates me to make better content. You can also leave a comment down below on what you think about this video.
Features, unmatched performance from M2, super fast wireless connectivity, a next level Apple Pencil experience, and powerful new features in iPadOS 16.